Divine greetings and gratitude. Welcome to the Saiyonan Archives. If you're new here, my name is Nuna. I am a seer, a poet, a writer, a witch, and the keeper of the Saiyonan Archives, the founder of the Saiyonan Etherium. Welcome to our sacred space. And if you're returning, hello, tribe. Welcome back to our sacred space. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. Today, we're going to be doing a quick daily message. I wanted to come on here real quick to just check in because we have to get for one, we have to get our watch time up. Two, I just wanted to check in with you because that's just what I want to do because I love y'all so much. And I made it a habit to check up on y'all, to do readings and whatnot as we shift our energy to things that are more favorable for our soul tribe and whatnot. I don't really know exactly what this message is going to be about at all. In fact, this is a purely intuitive message. I don't know if this is going to lead to any type of writing prompt, but I do know that this is just what I'm called to do for the time being. If you are new here to this space, I am known for merging the arts of poetry and magic. I'm also known for utilizing my words and my wisdom, my divine intuition, my psychic and intuitive gifts and talents in order to help you transcend beyond any pain and suffering. I'm also known for working my magic behind the scenes, of course, and also offering ritual essentials for you to elevate your own consciousness and transcend beyond any pain and suffering. So what my vibe is about is just simply empowerment, creativity, writing, poetry, words of wisdom, affirmations, and words of empowerment to help you along your spiritual journey. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much for being in this space. I set the intention that you yourself feel loved, that you feel welcome into this space, and that you feel like you have a home that you can call your own. Thank you so much for trusting me to give you this reading. And Divine, I thank you so much for your divine love and your benevolent protection. Thank you so much for helping us to receive the knowledge that we need to help us along our way. Thank you so much for protecting me and for protecting the people listening to this right now. Thank you so much for giving me the messages that they need to hear. Thank you so much for gifting me with discernment to know what is for me and to know what is not. Speaking of discernment, we have the Queen of Swords here. Thank you so much, divine ancestors, for helping me to know what I need to know and keeping that sacred to me and simply giving the messages that the soul tribe needs to hear. It is so. I also welcome in our ancestors as well, and any ancestors that may be specifically for our soul tribe. All right, so what am I feeling right now? The first thing that I want to say is that there is this energy of of silence. I'm drawing my attention immediately to the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is usually coming around when we are asked to sit with ourselves to see, okay, you're about to be surprised with something is about to hit, something is about to be fulfilled, and you are about to get your greatest wishes. But I don't like to always follow traditional rules. In fact, I'm known as being a little bit of a rule breaker, especially because I do have Saturn in Aquarius in the 10th house when it's in whole signs, and in Placidus when it's regular, it's just in the 11th house. So I will do what I need to do for the power of the people. I've always been that way. I'm usually known for challenging authority and things like that. Why am I even saying that? I'm not really sure, but I feel like it's going to be relevant to this message right now. So this could have to do with the fact that someone is kind of used to going by the book, especially the fact that you do have the Knight of Pentacles here. This represents someone that is always going by the book, always doing what they're told to do, always kind of making sure that they're doing every single little thing right, because there is a voice of criticism that usually comes with that. I feel like with the Queen of Swords, at times she can be known, or that energy could be known to be very nitpicky, and it could kind of poke at you in ways that you may find to be not unbearable, but very annoying and almost kind of defeating, because with this does come with a Virgo energy, right? And sometimes that can be very not even daunting, but it almost kind of makes you want to brace yourself because you feel that you're being put under a microscope. And that's the energy that I'm getting from this Queen of Swords right now. But with the Nine of Cups coming through, traditionally, of course, it's known as your wishes are about to be fulfilled. Sit down, think about what you want. And when you're ready to open your heart up, you'll receive that. In this instance, I'm hearing that it's one of those things where some of you may not even know exactly what you want, specifically because of course we do have the Seven of Cups here. I do see sometimes the Seven of Cups as a card of prophecy. I see it as a card of visions. I also see it as you peering into the quantum field to receive whatever messages that you do need, or to pull from this space so that you can manifest the life that you do want. But there's also this element of you asking yourself, is what I want a result of me going by the book? Am I being told that I should want this because of what stage I am in my life? Am I told that I should show up in a certain way because that's the way the rules are told? It's interesting that the Hierophant energy is not here, but that's exactly the energy that I'm getting. It's almost kind of like someone is wanting you to protect like the family lineage, or someone is wanting you to protect the family name, or someone is wanting you to kind of protect or preserve this ideology that all of you must be successful in a certain way. And for whatever reason, this was ingrained in your family. For some of you, this was ingrained in your family because they wanted to survive, and they didn't want to feel like they were being chained. And so they assimilated themselves into a society that told them that if you want resources, if you want to live, we're going to hang that over your head. And if you don't follow the things by the book, if you don't do what we say when we say it and take your time and do the things that we want you to do, right? Or even if you don't like speed up and do it when we tell you to, then you're going to risk, your family being wiped out somehow. And this is unfortunately bringing me to something dealing with ancestry. It's like your ancestors may be people who, like, the very things that they wanted, like this Ace of Pentacles is not even coming up for me as something as fully favorable right now. It's taking me back in time to a point where you were being handed something for the sake of someone else's benefit. And that's exactly the chain or the cycle that is being broken. What I'm feeling is that you are being called right now to show up in the best way that you can and completely defy what looks like it will be approved by the Queen of Swords and whatever system that would benefit from you being in line. And with the Queen of Swords, I feel like this is you setting a boundary and you allowing yourself to grow, to expand and evolve beyond the perceptions and the limitations that other people may put on you. Look at that. Of course, you have the Devil card here sitting at the bottom of the deck. I mean, that in itself is very telling, because with the Devil card here, it is ruled by Capricorn, which is also ruled by Saturn. So this has a lot to do with restrictions, obligations, debts, things that you get yourself into because you don't fully read the contract, things that you get yourself into because you didn't realize that this is everything that it came with. This is a sacrifice that was made in order for you to get here. But what I'm hearing is that it's time for you to start breaking away from those type of contracts and those type of energies. And the reason is because you're not doing things in a way that benefits other people. Here you have the King of Wands coming up in the reverse. This is the energy where it's like, I'm hearing is like, I'm going to create this for myself. Like, I don't need people telling me what I should want. And I don't need people explaining to me why I should want it, because at the end of the day, this is not your life. This is my life. So why should I listen or follow the rules that you made? Because these rules benefited you. They didn't benefit me, right? Like, they did not benefit me. And I truly feel like someone here needs to hear that it is okay for them to take their time to slow down and to set the boundaries and to call in and be serious about calling in what you want to receive, because there's some type of energy that's around you that wants to help you, but they can't help you if you're constantly thinking about how or what success looks like, especially when you peer outside of you. This energy, the word is stoic. This energy is coming up as stoic right now. And it's interesting because the Six of Wands is, whether, even though it has a poker face, it shows outside of itself that yes, I'm successful, I've achieved, I've done this and I've done that. But what they don't see is the story behind it. They don't see what it took to get there. And they also don't see that this energy was put in place to keep things going for the sake of the family, right? So what I'm hearing is that success for you may have looked like you doing everything in a way that others told you to do. And I feel like now you're redefining that, or it could have been some type of expectation. The choices that you made, Lover's card here, the choices that you've made may have been from a space of approval or needing approval, and you doing things because you don't want to feel the energy coming from this Queen of Swords. I feel like the Queen of Swords here is coming up as someone's critic, and I feel like this Queen of Swords may be a part of you that tells yourself, I need to do it this way. I need to do it that way. If I don't, then someone's going to say this or they're going to say that. And then it becomes you no longer even doing it for the enjoyment of it. You're doing this because you want to make sure that you're doing it right. With the Six of Wands here, what I'm hearing is that it's essential for you to pull back and for you not to do things the way that other people are doing them, because you have your own uniqueness. Only when you tap into your own uniqueness, and only when you tap into your own genius, that is when you'll start to receive the things that you want. And if you don't know what you want right now, it is okay that you don't know what you want right now. Just show up and do exactly what you can. The Empress card is also here. This is the energy letting you know that once you do step into that light, or when you step into that energy, you're going to start attracting. Things are going to start becoming a lot more fertile, because right now the garden right now is a bit dry. The soil isn't right because you're working under pressure. And Spirit is saying that you don't need to work under pressure. Work in rhythm. I don't work under pressure. I align with my internal rhythm. I move with the rhythm of nature. And I allow myself to receive success and abundance as a result of it. Okay? You're not on anybody else's time. You are on nature's time, right? Because we are not separate from nature, and Spirit is bringing you back to nature. They're bringing you back to your roots. They're bringing you back to the way that your ancestors did things. They're asking you to do that. You are wanting success. You will receive that. But also, you're not here to go to another man's court. You're not there to go to another woman's court. You have your own court, your own jurisdiction. The Emperor is not here, but the Emperor's energy is very present. And I also want to let you know too, that tarot is not just about what you see right here on an altar. Tarot is about everything that is not. Tarot is everything that is not seen, right? Because when you're pulling tarot cards, you're essentially picking up on the energies that are undetected, which also means that if some cards are not present, that does not mean that the energy itself is not present. Right? So that's how tarot worked for me, though. You know, it may not work that way for you. You may read it in another way. You may see tarot as being okay. You know, you may say, Nuna, I don't agree with that. That's fine. That's okay. You also do have the Death card reverse here, the Tower card, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like with this is that there's an undeniable truth here that no matter what, that with this card here, with the Tower card, this is bringing me, the word is shock, and I'm hearing like electricity. This has something to do with Uranus. Absolutely. This is Uranus energy that's present here. And I feel like you may say something or do something where people may not agree, and it may shock them. It may shock their system. They may feel like they themselves were pulled out of alignment, but no, they're actually being pulled into alignment, and they've been resisting it. And you are the one that changes that. Your presence, your energy says, look, I am not about to sit here and continuously do things in a way that you want me to do them. In fact, when I step into my own original genius, my own original power, when I return to my origin, that is when I'll start to see things rolling. And that's exactly what Spirit is saying. This Death card will be upright, or be in the upright position, once you realize that things have to be broken down for there to be a breakthrough. I also feel here that with the Ace of Swords, with this coming up in reverse, there's this truth that someone is avoiding. Like, they are avoiding it. Someone is not trying to hear it. They are just like, nope, I don't want to hear it. Cognitive dissonance is what's coming through. Like, it's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm triggered. I don't want to hear about that. And it's basically where they just don't feel like they're safe enough to even receive the truth. But with your presence, it's, you know what? Why? Exactly, because they're trying to protect themselves. Exactly, because they're trying to protect themselves, because they don't feel safe enough to receive it. But Spirit is saying is that you yourself as a being are protected. Can you see that? I'm working with a new camera lens, so I can't really, let me see. There we go. Guardians of the land, protection. Exactly. Also, this is bringing me to ancestors, protecting their lands, protecting their space. You are some type of energy that's here to restore something. And I feel like with this protection, this is them granting their protection for you because of whatever it is that you're doing in your life right now. And I want this to be a message of empowerment. So with that does come this idea that no matter what, there is something that's happening in your life right now and you are being asked to trust. But it's not even about just trusting the process. It's you trusting you throughout the process. It's you trusting your guide throughout the process. We all know that energy is everywhere. Everything is energy, right? And if energy cannot be created nor destroyed, that means that you yourself must go on. Even after this body, you will continue to go on. That means that your loved ones continue to go on, assuming that they have not reincarnated. They are there to help you. It's all energy. Trust that this energy is here for you, right? And I'm not going to feed you BS. Like, I'm not going to sit here and feed anybody BS in a reading. If you do not know me by now, you will know that I will not sugarcoat no reading for no one. I will not sugarcoat a reading for anybody. For those of you that know, if y'all have ever gotten a, wow, look at that. I know y'all saw that pop out. Fire spirit energy. Exactly. Precisely. Something is being shocked and something is about to be completely rewritten. And it's going to work out in your highest favor. It's going to work out in your highest favor. And I also be called to say this too. When I used to do, wow, look at that magic. Is there any other card spirit that you want? What is this? Miracles. Okay. So basically, there was a point in time in my life where I would do the best that I can to deliver a message in the most professional way possible. And I kind of just like limited myself because I know how I get. Like, I get really passionate and I get really fiery. So sometimes I'll just kind of pull back a little bit. And it wasn't until someone that I was giving a reading for, they were like, no, girl, like, just tell me, like, you know, like, I need to know exactly. Like, I know you're telling me, like, you're not lying, but whatever. So it was one of those things where, no, just tell me exactly how it is. Like, I need to know the truth. Right. And she had Virgo. She's, Virgo. I'm not going to, say who they are out of their protection, but that was a redirection that I needed. And then there's a Scorpio in my corner who was just like, yo, like, you can do this, like, just do this because you're talented and things like that. Why am I saying that? Because someone sees something in you that you may not see in yourself. And when you start to do that, when you start to show that, when you start to share that, that is when things start happening. That is when things start breaking down. That is when you start to crush the old world because you started to trust. You started to trust in your own energy. There's something within you that's being activated. By the time you hear this message, you are going to be going through a major activation. Shit will hit the fan and you will step into your power. I guarantee you, something is activating within you. These quote unquote PTB, right? We're just going to call them PTBs. Okay. And PTBs, I'm going to leave it down in the comment section. Let me know when you see the comment. I'm not even going to pin it. Just like it. PTBs. All right. These PTBs don't want you in your power because you're more easily controlled, if you catch my drift, right? So that's the reason why they're not wanting you to trust in your intuition. The high priestess is not here. The high priestess will show up when you are ready to see it. Okay. When you're ready to see that, this energy, there's something within you that is going to be activated. And I'm going to be real with you. If I have to keep giving you affirmations to activate that power, I'm going to do that. Because at the end of the day, you may not believe it, but I believe it for you. And I will tell you that until you're awakened, until you remember, because that is what I'm here for. I'm here as a channel reminding you that you are powerful. And I'm going to keep doing that. I will keep doing that for you. So if I have to say that in every reading, then be prepared to hear that you're powerful. And I will say that until I get 100 comments one day. I am powerful. And I manifest that right now for you because it's not about me. It's about you. I'm here to be of service to you, utilizing my gifts and my talents. Okay. That's what I feel. I feel that deeply, and I will keep saying that, and I will keep coming on here doing readings and whatever it takes until you decide that you are ready. And even when you're ready, my mission won't be over, but I'll know that I did what I needed to do once you start to remember. And maybe it's not your time to remember. And even if it isn't, I'm still going to remind you. And I will always be here to remind you until you remember. I'm here to help you remember. Your guides are asking you to remember your power, to remember who you are, and to step into your full sovereignty. You're walking into a space right now where you are completely being rewritten. And it's not even about you being rewritten. It's really about you being activated. There's this activation that's coming through for you right now. There's electricity within your hands. I just heard something about like a fire witch. You may be someone deeply connected to fire, to volcanoes, to eruption, to sex, eros. Like you're connected to all of these amazing, powerful, just eruptive energies. But your people are people of fire. Your people are people of electricity, of volcanoes, eruption, earthquakes. That is a part of who you are, and your spirit guides are awakening that for you right now. They are asking for you to deeply trust yourself throughout this process. Tune out of what people are doing right now. Tune out, watch and wait, be here now. Spirit has your back. Exactly. You also have here, believe in yourself. Exactly. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Okay? Spirit has your back. You're a leader. That's why. Spirit has your back. You're a leader and you know it. Believe in yourself. Be here now, hummingbird spirit. You're here, and when you are, it's felt. Be here now. Believe in yourself. You also have here, seahorse spirit, watch and wait, believe in yourself, watch and wait, because after things start to erupt and they start to dissipate and they start to be demolished, just watch and wait what opportunities get presented to you. Spirit is saying to let it all go. Whatever ideas of success you had, let it all go. Let it go. Detach from that. Because you are redefining what success looks like for you, and watch how much the world changes just by you being you. You're already significant, and the world is going to see just how significant you are. Tune out. They're asking you to tune out. Log out of social media if you have to. Post and ghost. Do what you got to do. Okay? Do what you have to do. A rebirth is assured. Last card here. Okay? A rebirth is assured. This has everything to do with the fact that this bat spirit is connecting you here to death. Okay, it's connecting you to the death card. You may be Capricorn energy, you may be Scorpionic energy, you may be Aries energy, whatever energy you are, that you emulate. Understand, and this is something that I want to say real quick before we get. I don't want to get to 30 minutes. I want to stay underneath 30 minutes. You embody all the signs in different ways. Okay, don't limit yourself to just some zodiac sign, your sun sign. You don't have to even call yourself any of those things, really. Like, the astrology is a roadmap. You can use it as a roadmap. You tap into your intuition. It's really the gift of the seer that can interpret these symbols and things of that nature. In my opinion, right? It can definitely be approached in a very scientific way. That's fine. But remember, you're working with the unseen. So you yourself have the power and the capacity to tap into any of these energies when you so choose. That's what makes it different. That's what makes you different. Own that. A rebirth is assured. This is you connecting with magic, connecting with moon magic. You may be someone that is being called to work with the moon, the lunar cycles, so that you lead up to a rebirth. Something is activating for you right now during the time of the Scorpio new moon, where your power is whispering, it's humming. By the time of the full moon, watch a breakthrough happens. I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning into this message and to this reading. I hope that you got what you needed. If you need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at the SaiyonanPath.org. If you wish to support my work to receive more readings and things of that nature, make sure that you subscribe to my things that I have online. I can't remember, you guys. My brain and my mind is like I'm so hyped right now. I can't even think of the words to say. Yes, just go online, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I know that I kept saying that I wanted to monetize the channel, but I'm in between that because a lot of what I do is devotional, and I don't really want to get too deeply tied into the commercial world. So for now, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, but I'm working on figuring out how to do things legally and lawfully. That way I maintain full sovereignty. If you wish to donate anything, you can do so by reserving one of my spiritual essentials that are available online. And what you can do is reserve that. And it's also a fixed donation. You can, once you do donate, I'll offer them to you and you'll get those and you'll receive those in the mail and whatnot. And yes, that is how we're working our magic and whatnot. I'm on Substack. I'm on Instagram. I'm, wherever there's a platform. And yes, I love you guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in my next video.